Coming up on Bloom, we're celebrating Veganuary, a time when the world leans into a plant-based diet. We'll be making game day buffalo cauliflower bites, and the Today Show Joy Bauer has tricks for those of you not ready to go fully vegan. We'll have all that and more as Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, starts now. I'm Gayle Guyardo. Welcome to Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, a full hour dedicated to your health and wellness. So get ready to bloom. Happy Veganuary, everyone. During the month of January, many people are taking on a challenge to follow a vegan lifestyle. So if your goal is to lose weight, get healthier, protect your heart, and explore new foods in the new year, this might be something that you want to lean into. The campaign originated in the United Kingdom, but it's taking off here in the United States. The idea is to inspire people to try a meat-free and dairy-free plant-based diet during the coming weeks. And it can be easy for people eating plant-based meat-free foods to feel left out, especially at events like the upcoming big game football parties. But our next guest has a chicken wing alternative sure to score a touchdown with even our meat-eating friends. Joining me now is the author of the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook and the Zest podcast producer and host, Dalia Colon. Dalia, it's so great to see you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So I'm super excited. Your cookbook's coming out in March. Tell me a little bit about it.
Sure, so it's the Florida Vegetarian Cookbook, more than 100 recipes celebrating Florida produce, everything from breakfast, snacks, entrees, desserts, and a favorite of my family, which is buffalo cauliflower that I'm here to make today.
I love it. And you know, we are in prime football season, the big game's right around the corner, and this is the perfect recipe because you can put it out and it's good for meat lovers and non-meat lovers.
Absolutely, and I was gonna tell you, it's like chicken wing adjacent, but don't just make enough for the vegetarians. The population is about 5% vegetarian or vegan,
okay.
But when you put these out, this is the kind of dish that everybody wants, and I've made the mistake of bringing it to a Super Bowl party and it disappears. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna put you to work.
Okay, I love it.
We're making a little batter. We're not frying anything, but it's gonna have plenty of flavor.
Okay.
So these are just your run-of-the-mill cauliflower florets.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I have this mixture of flour and some spices, and then you wanna pour into it. I'm using almond milk, but you can use the milk of your choice.
All right.
It does get a little messy, so you can use the tongs
all right.
if you like. And then we're actually just gonna dip
in there.
Dip it on in here. I'll do it because I don't want you're all dressed up.
Oh, I got my little guy
dip
here
it in
too.
there.
All right.
Dip it in the panko breadcrumbs, and then I'll let you grab that, and you're just gonna set it on the baking sheet.
All right.
So you're gonna, repeat many, many times, and then when it's finished baking, it'll look like this when it comes out of the oven.
All right.
Nice and crispy. The magic of television, we've got one here.
Okay.
So it looks like this, and now you're thinking, oh, I don't want to eat that, but we're gonna put the sauce on it. We're gonna make like a sweet and hot buffalo sauce.
Okay.
But if that's not your jam, you could do a Korean barbecue sauce, any kind of sauce you want. So if you don't mind, we're gonna just put 3 ingredients: coconut oil, honey, and hot sauce. And if you want to make it completely vegan, you could swap out the honey for maple syrup. If you're allergic to coconut, like my daughter Nora, you could use olive oil or butter, any number of things. Ooh, that's good.
Is that too much honey?
Nope. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. We love that.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna mix that up. And if it's too thick, you can just pop this into the oven for a couple seconds. And then you kind of paint it. You wanna do this? You're just gonna kind of paint it on here.
All right, I got you.
And the magic happens in the oven. They come out and they are chewy. They've got that meatiness that you would get from a chicken wing. They've got the sweetness of the honey, the tang of the hot sauce.
And talk to me about the benefits of eating cauliflower and eating local. I mean, your whole cookbook is about Florida.
Absolutely. So it is like prime fruit and vegetable season here in Florida. I've got some cauliflower in my little raised beds, and it's getting ready to get nice and happy. So in another month or so, I may be able to not buy this from the supermarket. But cauliflower, I mean, you've got the vitamins, minerals, you've got fiber, and then it's almost like a blank canvas. You know, we can't just eat something because it's good for us. It's got to taste good, right?
Yes.
But the beauty of the cauliflower is we can make it taste however we want. And so we get all the flavor of the chicken wings. You can have your Super Bowl party. You and your girls who look more like your sisters than your daughters
so
get together for like family game night or something and just make a plate of these, and then you put your favorite sides with it. So once you're done sort of painting the sauce on there, you'll put it back in the oven until it's nice and golden. And this is our finished product.
Oh, that looks really good. I love this.
So you serve it with whatever you would serve chicken wings. So I've got the veggies here. You could put some ranch dressing. You could make this into a sandwich or tacos if there are any leftovers, which there usually
you said
are.
the last time you put it out, you said it was like, went fast.
It does go fast.
It's a fan favorite.
It absolutely is. And that's the fun thing about this is back in the day when someone was a vegetarian, it was kind of like having a scarlet letter, like a scarlet V on your chest. And you'd have your little veggie burger off the side of the grill that nobody wanted. But that's not the case anymore with social media and cookbooks like mine, which is coming out in March, but you can pre-order it now. There are just so many creative ways to celebrate Florida produce, and that's also what we try to do on the Zest podcast that I host with WUSF. So just endless ideas. You don't have to just keep making the same things over and over again.
And I love the fact that you do celebrate Florida produce, because eating local and not having it shipped from far away is so much better for your health.
Oh, 100%. And it's just more fun. Like once you're invested in something, you want to eat it. So I get my kids involved, plant a little garden, even if it's just like a pot of herbs on your balcony, and then you'll want to use the fruits of your labor. Do you want to give it a taste?
Yes, I absolutely want to give it a taste.
What do you think?
I love it. It's so good. It's like it's better than a chicken wing.
That's a nice compliment.
It really is.
Thank you. You get the meatiness that you would get from a chicken wing, but without all the cholesterol. And this way everybody can enjoy.
I love it. And you're really not, we didn't coat it too much. I mean, this is a real light coating. And so it's, and you made it with the almond milk. What kind of flour did you use?
I used all-purpose flour, but you could use a gluten-free flour. You could use gluten-free breadcrumbs. You could put oat milk or cow's milk, goat's milk, whatever you want to do. So
you can tailor it. And then I see that you served it with some cool vegetables on the side.
Sure. Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, the fruits and vegetables are so just eye-catching, and we eat with our eyes first. So why wouldn't you want to, like, who wouldn't want to dig into this?
I love this. Dalia, this is absolutely amazing. Congratulations on your cookbook coming out. We'll make sure to tune into your podcast. And you'll have to join ours one of these days, the Bloom Health Club. We'd love to have you.
Oh, I would love to come back. Thank you so much.
We're going to share this recipe on bloomtampabay.com, and stick around. The Today Show's Joy Bauer is up next with a little something for people who don't want to go all in on Veganuary, but are leaning towards a plant-based diet. Bloom will be right back. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now, 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Living the Tampa Bay lifestyle means enjoying the sand, sun, and outdoors fun. So get out, get active, and nurture those healthy habits. Hey there, I'm Gayle, Guyardo, host of Bloom. Now there's a new all-inclusive place with everything you need to shape your lifestyle, boost your health, and improve your wellness. BloomTampaBay.com, Tampa Bay's premier health and wellness website, made to help you feel good. Whether you're a fitness fanatic, beauty buff, or just want to take your first step towards positive change, this free website is for you. See the Bay Area's hottest fitness products, the latest workout crazes, and learn nutrition tips from the experts. Plus, discover local events and experiences designed with your well-being in mind. Cultivate a healthy mind, body, and soul. Check out BloomTampaBay.com, your local health and wellness website. That's BloomTampaBay.com. Welcome back to Bloom. It's time for this week's What the Health with our friend, the Today Show's nutrition, health, and lifestyle expert, Joy Bauer. Happy Veganuary, my friend.
Oh my God, Happy New Year. I can't believe it's next year already.
I know. And here we are. It's the new year. People are trying to feel better. And we're talking about leaning in. But that doesn't mean you have to lean all the way in.
No, that's right. And I love to come up with creative ways to get people eating more vegetables. Most people know that vegetables are loaded with the good stuff, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fiber, and we need to be eating more of them. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a full-on vegetarian or eat only plant-forward meals. So I'm going to show you what I think are two sort of clever, creative ways to get a big dose of vegetables in I guess a little bit of a compromised way, because one of them has some cheese and one of them has some bacon. Even though it's turkey bacon, it's still bacon. And I feel like bacon makes everything a little bit easier to enjoy. Do you agree?
It's true. And a lot of times we're just trying to disguise the vegetables for some of our family members, especially the kiddos that don't want to eat them.
That's right. That's right. So I think people are really going to enjoy these two recipes. I'm starting with green beans. Like normally in my house, I love to roast green beans. I put them in the microwave. I eat them raw. I love fresh, crunchy green beans with a great big dip. But this is an unusual green bean. We're going to bundle them with turkey bacon. So I'm calling these my bacon wrapped green beans, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So what you're first going to do is lay out your green beans on a baking sheet and put them into threesome bundles, just like I'm doing here. Mist them with some oil spray over the top, some salt and pepper, and here's the bacon. I cut the bacon strips in half and I wrap them around the bundles, and you put the open seam underneath so it doesn't unravel. In the oven it goes at 400 for 25 minutes. And I'm telling you, it looks like you fussed in the kitchen for such a long time, but look how easy they were to make, right? It takes like a flash to, of course I have to taste test them. They're so delicious, and I could eat the whole pan. They look like little soldiers.
I love it. It looks like something that would be passed around at like a cocktail party.
Right, and so they could be pass around apps, or you could serve them as a side to fish or chicken or a lentil stew. Really, they're pretty versatile. I would tell people to make 2 baking sheets of them because they're very easy to pop them in your mouth one after the other after the other. And again, like the bacon just sort of brings them next level.
I love it. So talk to me about this smashed broccoli parm. This sounds amazing.
So I love broccoli. Again, I just love burnt broccoli roasted in the oven, but I also like to think of all sorts of out-of-the-box ways to enjoy it. So I'm calling this my smashed broccoli parmesan, and it is pretty darn addictive. So here's how I make it. I start by blanching the broccoli because you want to get it a little soft, only for 5 minutes. Lay them out on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and I'm using a plastic cup to really smash them down. And then you see I got all the water out by pressing them down with paper towels. Smother it. I mean smother with Parmesan cheese in the oven at 400 degrees until that parm is like 15 to 20 minutes, I would say. You want the parm to really crisp up. Look at that. It's like those crispy parm crackers that we like to buy. So delicious, and again, super simple. You see all those webs of parm? That is my favorite. And I feel like as the home chef, we are entitled to pick out the biggest chunks before we transfer it onto that serving tray.
Are
you with me?
I 100%. And I'm the chef in our house. I'm going to start picking out those chunks.
So good. And I wish that you were able to hear me when I took the bite, because it really does crisp up, like that salty, savory parm with all of the nutrition of the broccoli. It's a perfect combo.
And you were just pressing it down with a paper towel?
Yeah, so you need to get all the water out, because that's what's going to enable the broccoli and the parm to really crisp up. So I blanch it first for 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, because I don't want them to be soggy. That is a plastic cup. You don't want to use glass because I don't want anyone to have an accident. And then I'm pressing down. It could be with a clean kitchen towel or a cloth, or it could be with the paper towels like I'm using, and get as much water out as possible. And the nice part, Gayle, is you get a little bit of a workout too, because you're pressing down on that broccoli, using those biceps, those triceps, and then in the oven it goes after you put the parm on. And the parm is going to fall all over the parchment paper on the baking sheet. It won't just stay on top of the broccoli. And that's just fine because that's what's going to create those luscious, addictive webs.
I absolutely love it. So you got a little bit of a workout. You've earned your palm, your perm. You've got the vegetables. It's all good. Joy, my friend, Happy New Year to you. It is such a pleasure to see you in 2024.
Happy New Year to you guys as well. And I'm really looking forward to cooking up some delicious, delicious meals and sides and desserts with Bloom this year.
I
love you guys
it.
so much.
I love you too. We're going to share this story and these recipes on our website, bloomtampabay.com. Make sure you follow Joy on social media and stick around. We're talking to the author of You Can't Outrun Your Fork when Bloom returns. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Welcome back to Bloom. This is the time of year when people are trying to break the cycle of feeling sick and tired and want to transition to a healthier life naturally. And that's the exact title of the book, You Can't Outrun Your Fork, written by best-selling author and holistic functional medicine doctor, Dr. Anya Zaghetti. Dr. Anya, it's always so great to see you.
Thank you, Gayle. So great to be here again.
So when you wrote the title, You Can't Outrun Your Fork, what do you mean by that?
Have you ever heard when people say, I can eat whatever I want because I exercise?
Yes.
So I've heard that from so many people, from friends, family, patients, fellow athletes, that they can eat whatever they want because they're exercising. And Gayle, I used to believe that too, but I was wrong. So I suffered with digestive issues for years, even while I was training for and participating in Ironman triathlons and ultra marathons. So at the beginning, the symptoms were just kind of minor, so I ignored them. But as they got worse and worse and worse, I went to different doctors, tried different medications, and it just never seemed to fix anything because it would just mask or mute the symptoms. And it wasn't until I worked with a holistically trained doctor who was able to take a comprehensive look at my health and deep dive into the imbalances in my body to be able to figure out that my digestion and my thyroid were definitely off. We made some transformations in my diet with nutrition primarily, and I felt amazingly better. My body was healing. And that had such a transformative effect on my health, my life, that I decided to become a holistic functional doctor as well.
You know, you and I were talking about this, and it's so interesting because I suffered for years with the very same issues. And it wasn't until I started, hosting Bloom and meeting doctors like yourself and hearing from the experts that I realized, gosh, I really need to make changes. I can't just keep upping my prescription level because at a point, it just wasn't helping anymore. And I don't think people make the connection between their gut and their overall health.
Absolutely, and I definitely did not. I did not correlate the quality of the food that I was eating to how I was feeling, my symptoms. And so that's why I selected the title, You Can't Outrun Your Fork, for my book, because I lived that. That was my story, that's my journey. And so many people, as you mentioned, are struggling with this. And so I created the guidebook that I wish I had decades ago when I was struggling and fighting through all of this, so I knew what to do. The importance of nutrition in our health, the quality of the foods that we're eating, how to prepare healthy meals. So I want to empower people, to educate them, to equip them with all the tools that they need to live a healthy life. And the key is at the end of your fork.
At the end of the day, we're talking today about Veganuary and leaning in. It's really just a 30-day challenge to get rid of dairy, start eating plant-based foods and to subscribe to a vegan-based diet. The name of the game, though, is just to get people interested in eating whole foods, nutrient-dense foods and more plant-based foods. Is that something that you subscribe to?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I feel like when you say the word diet, I feel like any diet can be done incorrectly. Mm-hmm. I have several people that have come to my office, patients that are, vegans or vegetarians, but when I dive deep into what they're actually eating, they're eating a lot of manufactured, processed, packaged, simple carbohydrates, which basically turns into sugar the second you eat the food. And so that's not good for your digestion, your hormones, your energy levels, none of that. So eating more plants, eating more foods that actually come from the earth. And if you prescribe to eating animal products, if they run on the earth, swim in the ocean, the highest quality of those foods is the way to go. Your body is a temple. You should eat the highest quality foods possible.
Yeah, and I think about that because my husband and I, we shifted into investing more into the meats that we eat or the fish that we eat. And I don't think we were meant to eat fish, or I mean, excuse me, meat every single day. So we spend a little bit more money on the quality of meat we eat, and we just eat less of it.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think in general, most Americans eat way more meat products and of a much poorer quality than we should. And it's detrimental to our health. It's going to have negative health effects down the line. So eating less of higher quality is so much more beneficial for you. When you eat the meat that is not grass-fed, it actually goes through an inflammatory biochemical pathway in our body, causing inflammation. When you eat grass-fed meat or wild-caught seafood or organic poultry, it actually goes through an anti-inflammatory biochemical pathway in your body. So it really does matter.
It makes a difference.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anya. It's always such a pleasure having you on Bloom. And we've got good news. Not only are we going to share this story on BloomTampaBay.com, Dr. Anya and I are heading into the Bloom kitchen next to make Buddha bowls. So don't go away. Bloom will be right back. We are back in the Bloom kitchen with the best-selling author of You Can't Outrun Your Fork, holistic functional medicine doctor, Dr. Anya Zaghetti, making Buddha bowls. It is so great to see you.
Thank you, Gayle. Great to be here again.
So this is a whole show dedicated to leaning into a more plant-based diet, which is so healthy for you.
Yes, absolutely.
So what are some of the benefits of eating this way?
Well, for one, when you eat every single vegetable from the different colors of the rainbow, each one has its own nutritional superpower. So it's super important to eat a wide variety. Our gut microbiome feeds off of plant fiber. And so making sure that you're eating enough plant fiber is super important for your health as well.
Okay, so how do we get started in making this? And I love that you've kind of laid it out where you can choose your vegetables of choice. So if you have picky eaters in the house, this is a great way to display it.
Buddha bowls are so versatile. It's one of my favorite recipes because you can use just about anything in making it. So traditionally, it is some sort of whole grain. Today we have organic quinoa.
Okay.
You could use organic brown rice. If you wanted a lighter version, you could use like some organic power greens.
All right.
So different options for the base. And then for the top, like I said, pretty much any vegetable. I have something from every color of the rainbow here for us today. Whatever you have on hand, you can use. And then some sort of healthy protein. So we have chickpeas today, which are a great source of plant-based protein. We have guacamole, which is a great source of healthy fats. And then some sprouts, which are, or microgreens as they're called, one of the most nutrient-dense foods as well that I love to top with that. And then for the sauce, we have a tahini-based sauce, which is made from sesame seeds, which is also high in healthy fats as well.
And another thing, a lot of people that are leaning in, they're like, am I getting enough protein? But you really can get your protein needs through a plant-based diet.
That is one thing that most people struggle with, is eating enough protein, whether you're eating animal foods or not. And yes, there are some amazing plant-based proteins that are available. As I mentioned, the chickpeas is one. Tofu is another one that you can use as well.
All right, let's get started.
Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and just add in some of this quinoa. And I don't know about you, Gayle, but my stomach is growling.
Yours, mine growling.
This is so good. And then I like to just go ahead and grab any types of the vegetables that we want here. We can do, oops, as I drop my radish, we have some radishes here. We have some sweet potatoes that we can throw on there to give some of the nice orange coloring in there. Some beautiful Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Definitely can't get enough greens. I also wilted some different types of chard and Swiss chard and kale and spinach, and cut up some purple cabbage because purple is the color of the rainbow that we eat the least. And then a bunch of different types of mushrooms. We have lion's mane and different trumpet mushrooms that all have amazing health benefits as well.
The one thing I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned eating the rainbow, which we hear a lot. Are we getting our serving of vegetables? Because how many vegetable servings should we be striving for a day? And I'm sure most of us don't hit that marker.
Exactly. So we want to make sure that we're getting several cups of vegetables a day. And you're correct. Most Americans, unfortunately, don't eat enough vegetables. And one of the main reasons is we need fiber, and like I mentioned, plant-based fiber. So the recommendation is about 30 to 40 grams of fiber every day. Can you guess how many fiber grams most Americans are eating?
9 to 10?
Exactly, so less than half of the recommendation. And so my recommendation is to definitely try to incorporate a new vegetable every week so that you are adding in variety, which is important because I don't know about you, but I get stuck eating the same things over and over again.
Me too.
That's why I love Buddha bowls, because you can change it up and you can make sure that you're hitting your daily goals as well.
Okay, that's a really good idea. I like that. All right, I'm going to throw some chickpeas in. These are like my all-time favorites.
They're amazing. So yeah, so wanting to make sure you get enough protein, want to make sure you get enough fiber, add in some of the nutrient-dense sprouts on top, and of course adding in some healthy fat. So fat is another area that we want to make sure that we incorporate into each of our meals and snacks as well, because fat is so important for so many aspects of health, and it has been demonized in the past.
It has. I feel like when we went fat-free, that's when this country started becoming obese, because our body doesn't know how to digest things that aren't really natural. So if you're looking for healthy fats, avocado, are you a fan of grass-fed butter? I know that's not vegan. Sorry for, I know we're leaning in today. But what are some other forms of healthy fats?
Absolutely. So I'm open to all types. If you are looking strictly for plant-based, yes, avocados, coconuts, olives, nuts and seeds are all great sources of healthy fats. Coconut oil, olive oil, and avocado oil, those are the 3 oils I recommend using. If you are open to animal sources, if you're going to consume beef or dairy, then yes, grass-fed is the way to go. If you're going to consume seafood or fish, wild caught is the way to go. And then poultry, including chicken and eggs, organic is the way to go.
And when you talk to your patients about the benefits of doing this, I mean, how will we feel leaning into a plant-based diet?
You should definitely feel more energized. You should feel changes in your digestive system as your gut microbiome is getting the food that it actually wants. It helps with detoxification. It helps to move our bowels, which is very important. I know we have food in front of us, but that's a very important part of our health that a lot of people either don't understand or don't realize. And so they're not consuming enough fiber to properly detoxify their body, so then they feel very sluggish.
And then also eating these types of foods, you're going to feel fuller longer. If you're just eating empty calories, your body's not getting the nutrients it needs.
Correct. If you're eating a lot of processed packaged foods, things with a label, those are empty calories. Your body doesn't really know what to do with them. And a lot of them are sugar laden. Even if they don't say necessarily sugar on the label, simple carbohydrates turn into sugar as soon as we eat them. And so you're going to burn through that really, really fast. When you're eating foods that are nutrient dense, nutrient rich, healthy fats, high quality proteins, that's going to help to keep you satiated longer and feeling energized longer. And I know all of us could use some extra energy.
Absolutely. Well, as always, we thank you for coming on Bloom, and we love our Buddha bowls. Thank you so much. Yay. We're going to share this recipe on bloomtampabay.com. And when we come back, Fab the vegan and his daughter Lacey are teaming up to show us how to stay hydrated with a plant-based diet. Bloom will be right back. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging. We begin where your checkup ends. Call now, 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. We are back celebrating Veganuary, a month where people lean into a plant-based diet, and doing so is also a great way to stay hydrated. Joining me now is our friend Fab the vegan, Fabrizio Zambrano, and his daughter Lacine Zambrano Becky. It is great to see you both.
Thank you for having us again.
So
Love
Fab
it.
the vegan, for those of you new to Bloom, this man lost weight, turned his life around, got his health back by going plant-based.
Yes. Plants been very good to me. I went to the excess over 300 pounds, and I'm 160 right now at 61 years old, and I feel good.
You feel great.
Yes.
I know. We love hearing your story.
Thank you.
And a lot of us think that we have to drink a lot of water to stay hydrated, but truly, our foods keep us hydrated.
Yes, fruit, vegetable, they all contain water. You know, we do something like we infuse water with fruit. Meanwhile, the fruit is already infused with water. So, and that water is actually the healthiest water we can eat and drink out of the fruit. Very healthy, and it gets right into our cells. It keeps us hydrated.
And I see that you don't have to necessarily cook the foods to get all the nutritional benefits, right?
Well, that's the beauty of it, is actually when you're eating raw foods, you have the most nutrition for yourself, because when you cook food, you actually cook some of the nutrients out.
Okay.
So a lot of people think eating healthy is maybe hard or too time consuming. This is under 10 minutes to make because it's all raw.
I love
Very
it.
simple.
Yes.
So what did you include in the recipe?
So this is a raw zucchini noodle stir fry.
Okay.
And so what you do is you spiralize the zucchini, and that's what we've got at the base. And then I've got some red cabbage and cilantro and peas and red peppers. You could add anything else that you liked. We're gonna make a dressing and we're gonna toss it and it's done.
I love this. I love this.
yes,
So, Fab, when you started to lean in, I know you didn't do
Right.
it all at one time.
Exactly. No.
But I see you working out at the gym all the time.
Yes.
Does this fortify your body? Because a lot of times people are like, I just don't think a plant-based diet's going to do it for me.
Exactly. My advice, I did it slowly. I say take it one day at a time. Start including more plant-based little by little, incorporate it more into your meals, and cut out the other maybe animal-based products little by little. That's the way I did it, and it worked for me. And little by little, I started eating more plant-based proteins, more plant-based carbs, and actually gave me all the energy I needed.
I love it.
Yes.
So kind of walk me through what you put to make this delicious dressing.
Sure, so this is an almond butter sesame dressing. So we've got some ground ginger, we've got apple cider vinegar, I've got agave, you could use maple syrup, sesame oil, and coconut aminos, and almond butter if I didn't say that. And all we're gonna do is mix that together and that dressing is done. This is so simple, it's a simple meal.
And it's a natural dressing too. I mean, you put that all together so quickly, and when you're buying bottled, ingredients, you don't necessarily know what you're getting all the time, or the quality of the ingredients.
Exactly, and that's what it comes down to, the quality of the ingredient. So you want to get high quality, you eat more raw salad, raw fruits. It will give you good quality nutrition that will make you feel real good.
And like that dressing in there, when you put the nut butter in there, that's going to be another source of healthy fats.
Exactly, and I'm also topping this with some hemp seeds, so that'll be some more protein and more fat. When you're eating this way, there's no rules. That's the beauty of it. You can add anything you want. You can get any of those nutrients from any sources that you enjoy. If you don't like red pepper, but you want broccoli, or you want to add olives, you can do that.
I love it. So, and the layering is where you start to get
The
all
layering.
the nutrients, the proteins, everything that your body needs.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay, and this
looks
is
delicious.
Is this got like a tangy taste?
Yeah, so it's like what a stir fry would taste like to you. So that
Okay.
sesame oil and that the apple cider vinegar sort of serves as the the lime that you would get in a stir fry, and it's got all of those flavors, and it's going to have that zing. And I mean, come on, look how
absolutely
good this
amazing.
looks.
And talk to me from a daughter's perspective about your dad and watching him transform through a plant-based diet.
It's been amazing, because he has more energy now with the grandkids, with my kids, than he did when we were younger. And it's so fun to see him interact with everybody and just be ready to play and to do anything that the kids maybe want to do at any given time. That's really exciting.
See, I love that. I'm not quite at the grandparent stage yet, but I'm looking forward to that time.
You'll love it.
And I think that, the more energy that you have, the better you feel. And this is what this diet does for you.
Exactly, it prepares you for the blessings that are coming. Yeah, I'm able to play with my grandkids and enjoy them.
I love it.
I love it.
All right, guys. Well, I have to tell you, this looks absolutely amazing. We always love hearing your story because it's one thing for us to bring all the experts in to kind of preach to you how to eat, but when the proof is in the pudding right here, and of course that's vegan pudding. We appreciate it. Thank you, as always, for joining your dad. You guys make a dynamic duo.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you for having
Absolutely.
us.
And we're going to share this recipe on our website. And before we go to break, it is time for today's Bloom Trivia question. Cucumbers, said to have the highest water content of any food, are made up of around 89, 90, or 96% water. We'll have the answer later on Bloom. Welcome back to Bloom. The Tampa Downtown Partnership is making it easy for you to get in shape this new year with free weekly fitness classes in the park. I went firsthand to check one out. You know, staying healthy and fit in Tampa Bay is easy and it's free. I'm with Rachel Radowick with Tampa Downtown Partnership. And Rachel, it is so cool. You guys offer free classes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful amenity that we have here in downtown Tampa.
So what kind of classes do you offer?
So we have something for everybody Sunday through Thursday, from low impact like yoga to high intensity classes.
And I understand people come from all over, not just the downtown Tampa area.
Exactly. We have everybody coming from all over Tampa, and it's just a great way to get people into downtown to see all of the wonderful things that we have here.
And when does this actually happen, and does it happen in Curtis Hickson Park?
So all classes take place here in Curtis Hickson. Sometimes they're in different locations, but they're all from 6 to 7, except during daylight saving times when yoga bumps down till 5.
And this sounds like a great way to actually meet people in the community.
It is a great way to make a new friend. It's great to get somebody with a common interest, and we have a wide variety of people coming down, and some of our classes get up to 100, 150 people.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you, so they can get pretty big.
Yoga really is our highest driving class. Like I mentioned, about 100, 150 sometimes, especially depending on the weather.
Now, today I'm gonna try my hand at dancing. How do you think that's gonna go?
I think it's gonna go great. Stephanie is a wonderful instructor. She's able to make everybody feel comfortable, whether you're a beginner or you danced forever.
All right, well, I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, now it is time to dance. I'm with Stephanie Metzger with the Lab Dance Project. So Stephanie, what are we going to be doing today?
We are going to learn some hip hop moves that are fun and just repetitive, so any level can join in on this dance class.
And this is the style you do here at Curtis Hickson Park.
Yes, we meet every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here at Curtis Hickson and break it down.
All right, let's show me a few steps.
All right, so first we're going to start with our right foot. We're going to pop it at diagonal to the right. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat to the left. Perfect. Then we're going to take it stepping back on the right. Pop, pop, clean, so we can repeat on the left. Pop, pop, clean. Good. Let's repeat that. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop, pop, clean. Break it down, clean. Awesome. Our second part, we're going to do high-low snaps. Our feet are just stepping back and forth. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next 8 count, we're going to take our right foot. There's no weight on it. And we're going to imagine ourselves in a box. We're going to step to the corner, circle, hands overhead. Step to the corner, circle, circle. And then last one, and then we're going to repeat that. So let's break that one all down together.
All right,
5,
cool.
6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
All right, let's dance.
5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pop it. Yeah. Woo! Work that body. Here we go. Pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Body clean. Body snap. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That was so much fun. Thank you.
Great job.
That was so much fun. We're going to share this story online, and we'll be back with more Bloom right after this. Living the Tampa Bay lifestyle means enjoying the sand, sun, and outdoors fun. So get out, get active, and nurture those healthy habits. Hey there, I'm Gayle, host of Bloom. Now there's a new all-inclusive place with everything you need to shape your lifestyle, boost your health, and improve your wellness. BloomTampaBay.com, Tampa Bay's premier health and wellness website, made to help you feel good. Whether you're a fitness fanatic, beauty buff, or just want to take your first step towards positive change, this free website is for you. See the Bay Area's hottest fitness products, the latest workout crazes, and learn nutrition tips from the experts. Plus, discover local events and experiences designed with your well-being in mind. Cultivate a healthy mind, body, and soul. Check out BloomTampaBay.com, your local health and wellness website. That's BloomTampaBay.com. Welcome back to Bloom. It is time to get your four-legged pirates ready for Water Street Tampa's Pirate Pup Parade. Joining me now is Tampa Water Street's Carly Sicati and Hazel and Mr. are along for the ride. It's so great to have you on Bloom.
Thank you so much for having us here.
So I know this is an inaugural event. Tell me about what we can expect.
This is. So Water Street Tampa is really excited to be launching the first Pirate Pup Parade. This will take place this Sunday, January 14th from 11 to 2 p.m. And then following the parade, you can head over to the Pirate Contest over at Sparkman Wharf from 1 to 3 p.m.
So you can get your, like I'm here with Hazel. Hazel is not my dog, but I have a dog very similar to Hazel that's a little Havanese, and it's kind of like a pet costume of sorts, like a contest.
Exactly. It's a pet costume contest. So if you're looking for pirate hats, pirate bandanas, something to dress your pups up in, to strut their stuff and the competition, you can head over to Modern Paws at Sparkman Wharf.
And so how did you come up with this idea?
So Gasparilla is such a huge event in Tampa Bay. Water Street really wanted to come up with a new, fun, unique event for the pups to get excited. There also will be caricature artists, face painting, other things for people to be involved in if you don't want to participate in the parade. But it is a $20 pre-registration fee if you do want to participate in the parade. So the contest is free, but pups will need to register to participate.
And you might also be able to walk away with your own four-legged friend because there are going to be pet adoptions available.
Absolutely, yes. So the Merciful Project and will be on site with adoptables, and all of the proceeds from the parade will actually be going towards Merciful Project. So it's a great organization and a great cause.
Is this a family-friendly event?
Absolutely, yes. Very family-friendly, obviously very pet-friendly. So bring your families down to Water Street, come enjoy the day, check out our retailers, our restaurants, and enjoy the pups strut their stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of people have heard of Water Street, but they've never actually experienced it, and it's almost like you're in Miami or something. Like, it's such a cool district.
It is, yeah. Lots of new exciting things open. We have a ton of new retailers. So like I said, come down this Sunday, check it out. There'll be lots to do for everyone.
Well, I certainly appreciate you guys joining us on Bloom today, and I've had fun holding Hazel. She's such a chill little dog, and Mr.'s doing a great job too. So such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, we're going to put everything that you need to know about Water Street Tampa's Pirate Pup Parade on BloomTampaBay.com, and we'll be back with more Bloom right after this, so don't go away. It's time for today's Bloom Trivia question. Cucumbers, said to have the highest water content of any food, are made up of around 89, 90, or 96% water. The answer is 96%. Iceberg lettuce and celery are also high water-based veggies. Eating vegetables are a great way to stay hydrated. Well, thank you so much for tuning into Bloom today. You can catch Bloom anytime by following us on social media. We're on all major platforms, so get a behind-the-scenes look at all of the innovative, breakthrough health and wellness conversations and incredible guests that we have right here on Bloom. And don't forget to tune in to our podcast, The Bloom Health Club. On Mondays at 2 p.m., we take a deep dive and have extended conversations with some of the top guests that we have right here on Bloom. You can stream episodes anytime on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. Well, we hope you'll tune in again on the next Bloom presented by Lifeguard Imaging. We're sharing top mental health trends of 2024. Suicide survivor Johnny Crowder is joining us with his secret to reprogramming your brain away from negative thoughts. And find out from Planet Protector Paige Conjure Henry how connecting with nature right here in Florida is good for your mental health. Stay healthy, everyone, and I will see you on the next Bloom. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today.